Right, dusted off that FA Cup performance. Now it's time for business. Hello and welcome back to Footy Talks. I hope you've brought your tea or your beverage of choice, and let's get down to talking Arsenal because it's looking a bit more positive today than it has done after the last couple of days, with breaking news that Eze is back in full first team training. We'll be talking about that, and we'll be going over the Sporting game tomorrow. This will be a little preview of that as well because it's an important game. It's a big game. I still think the Premier League games are more important at this stage, but we have no right to be brushing off Champions League games as a football club, as we have never won the Champions League. So it's a big game tomorrow, so let's get into it. So firstly, a few hours ago maybe now, the news broke that Eze is back in full first team training, which is music to all us Arsenal fans' ears. Honestly, we have lacked so much creativity since he's been out. I truly believe that if he played a part in the Carabao Cup final and even on Saturday against Southampton, we could have had some different results. Maybe not have won the Carabao Cup because I think everyone was dreadful on that day, barring like William Saliba. But I definitely feel that on Saturday against Southampton, we may have got the result that we wanted if he was back in the team. So extremely happy to have Eze back in the team. I think he adds so much creativity, and I think having him alongside Max Dowman as well, that creativity, I think it's very much needed in this team because it lacks so much at the moment. We're just a bit stale up front. We're a bit predictable. Everyone knows how to play against us. I feel like people aren't afraid of our attack, you know? And I think Max Dowman adds that bit of unpredictability, and Eze does as well, because Eze's still taking his time to blend into this team. So yeah, he adds another creative spark for us. So I think it's a huge boost, a huge bit of breaking news for us that he is back in first team training. Hopefully he'll play a part tomorrow, but if not, definitely need to see him against Bournemouth on Saturday, as I said, because that game is just huge now. After the last couple of results that we've had, that game is absolutely huge. But we'll preview that closer to the time. Now, we're going to talk about Sporting Lisbon. First leg away, Portugal. A bit of history there between the two clubs. Obviously, we beat them, 5-0 or 5-1 last year in the group stage in the Champions League, which was great, where we saw the iconic Big Gabby celebration, doing the Batman celebration against Gyökeres's Bane celebration, which is great. So that was a great game, but then it's the Europa League. No, it was the Champions League, wasn't it? Or was it the Europa League? Remind me down in the comments. That's gone out of my head. I swear it was the Europa League. I think it was. Correct me down in the comments, please. Let me know, because I'm thinking, was it the Champions League? No, it was Porto, the Champions League, wasn't it, that we got through. Sporting actually knocked us out of the Europa League. But yeah, let me know in the comments though, just refresh my memory for me, please. But yeah, so a bit of history there, bit of payback hopefully. Big game. Very, very big game. And you know what, just before we get into the game, there was a lot more positive news regarding team news as well. Big Gabby back in first team training, which is amazing. In my last video, I was talking about how worried I was about his injury and hoping that it wasn't a serious one, because we need him for this run-in, especially Big Gabby. Like, he's so important to this team. So that's also great news. If he's not 100%, I wouldn't risk him tomorrow, because I do think with our defence, we do have enough to at least take a draw back to the Emirates. If he's not 100%, I would not risk him. But what do you think? Would you risk him, or would you wait for the Bournemouth game on Saturday? Let me know what you would do. Also, Declan Rice, Deckers, back as well, which is great. As I had predicted, big hitters are back, which is great. We're going to need them all for the run-in. So As I said, if no one's 100%, I wouldn't risk them tomorrow, because I do think that back at the Emirates we can beat Sporting. That's team news out the way. Now, looking forward to the game tomorrow. As I said, big game. Very, very big game. Quarterfinals, Champions League, you know. We have been gifted with the easier side. I always get a bit nervous when we're drawn easier fixtures, just because it adds more pressure. People expect you to win. And we've seen Arsenal over the past few years not handle pressure great. I mean, look at the last 2 games, you know. It's just an example of that. So being on this side of the Champions League has made me nervous. And Sporting are not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game. Especially they're coming off the back of beating Bodo 5-0 after being 3-0 down in the first leg. Like, these guys are not a joke. We are expected to go through, because I do believe we are the better side. But make no mistake, this is going to be a hard game. That's why I wouldn't be so upset if we got a draw. I'd like to win, of course, but a draw for us is a better result than a draw for them. Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a draw back to the Emirates at all. I think that's still a positive result. Now, in terms of the starting lineup, I would go Timber, because I think Ben White, his performance in the last couple of games have not been great. If Timber is fit, I think Timber plays. Of course, Saliba needs to play. Big Gabby, as I said, if he's not 100%, I would not risk him. So if he's 100%, I'll pick Big Gabby. If not, Mascara can play a role there. And I think I like how Mascara plays with Saliba, because I think Saliba just adds that calm, you know. I think when it's Big Gabby and Mascara, they're both quite fiery. They both want to be the aggressor, and I feel like that can't work sometimes. So I do think Saliba with Mascara is quite a good matchup, you know. So yeah, I would definitely go Salib with Mascara if Big Gabby's not 100%. Then on the left, it's probably going to have to be Calafiori, because Lewis Skelly has not done any favours for himself either, especially in the game against Southampton on Saturday. And I need to see him in midfield. Like, I want to see him in midfield, but I just don't think we're going to see him in midfield, which is really frustrating. Calafiori on the left. Obviously, David Raya in goal. Sorry, I completely forgot the goalkeeper. David Raya will be in goal. 100%. Midfield speaks for itself, I guess, in terms of the 2 centre midfields, Deckers and Zubi. Now, in that 10 role, I don't want to see Kai Havertz. I do not want to see Kai Havertz. I do think he may go with Odegaard, because I just don't think, because Eze hasn't played for a few weeks, I don't think he'll start. So he might come on later on, which will be great if he does, get in some minutes, and then hopefully he can start on Saturday. But we'll see how that goes. So I'll probably go Odegaard then in midfield. Right wing. Right wing. See, I think he is going to play Saka if Saka is fit. Because I don't know how much he trusts Max Dowman in these big games. I would play him. 100% I would play him. But I do think Arteta would go Saka on the right if he's fit. So Saka on the right, but I would personally go with Max Dowman. Gyökeres got to be up top, 100%. And on the left, oh gosh, left wingers. On the left, Trossard's back in training as well. That's also some breaking news that came out. Trossard is back for first team training. Because he hasn't played for a couple of weeks, he might go with Trossard, actually. He might do. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Trossard, just because I think Martinelli has not done well the past couple of games. Or even Noni on the left could work as well. Yeah, it's just like flip a coin, and whoever on the left, just go on the left, you know? At this point, they're both just... The left wing is just diabolical at this stage, so we just desperately need a left winger in the summer. But for what we've got right now, I'd probably go with Trossard, but to be fair, anyone, I'm not really bothered. So yeah, that would be my team for tomorrow. And score prediction, I'm gonna go Arsenal to win 2-1. Hopefully we get a win. I would not be totally upset with a draw. I still think that's quite positive, but I think we need a win because of how poorly we've performed the past couple of games. So we need a win. Hopefully we get the win 2-1 and gives us a bit of confidence going into that Bournemouth game on Saturday. Yeah, we need to get some wins under our belt. So yeah, I'm going 2-1, Arsenal win. And who's going to score? Gyökeres. I'll go Gyökeres and Saka to score. Yeah, those are my goal scorers. But let me know what you think. What do you think the score is going to be tomorrow? Do you think we're going to win? How do you think we're going to get on? Let me know in the comments down below. Please like, share and subscribe to Footy Talks, and I will catch you all later on. Peace.